Hello, programmers. Today we're going to take a look at how to deploy a simple Node Express app to Heroku. So let's get right to it. Heroku.com. Cool. Normally, when you come on Heroku.com, the website would look like this, and then you would click on here and sign up. And then once you're done signing up and you have your account, then you'll be able to log in to your Heroku dashboard. And then once you're done with that, you're actually not done yet. Next thing you have to do is go ahead and get the Heroku CLI. So to get that, we could navigate over to this website here. And then once we're here, if on your Mac, you just follow the steps to download it on Mac. If you're on Windows, you click one of the bit installers. And then once you have that, that's going to go ahead and set up Heroku for you. It's going to go ahead and add it into your if you're on Windows, it's going to add it to your program files and add Heroku to your environment variables. That way you can use it in your command line. Cool. Once that's done, then all we have to do is come here, do Heroku, login, and now we have to press any key. I'm just going to press enter. It's going to come here, click login. Cool. And now you're logged in. Close this out. And now that we're logged into Heroku, all we have to do is run the command Heroku Create. And that's essentially it. From here on, if you have a simple application and your package.json, if your start script is already good. So essentially for your start script, you want to make sure, so let's say you have node server.js right here for your start script. You want to make sure that the server.js file is in the root directory of your folder. So once you push it to Heroku and they run this start command and it does node server.js, it can actually find this file. It's not like inside of another folder or something like that. So over here, if we come over here and do, okay, now that we have our remote repo done, all we have to do is push our code to our repo essentially. So to do that, we're gonna come here, do git init, then we're gonna do git add. Sorry about that. Git add. Oh, I see why it's doing that. Yeah, I see it over there just adding a bunch of stuff. So essentially it's because we have the node modules there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and add a .getignore file. And then once we come in here, we're just gonna specify our node modules folder. That way that can be ignored when we're pushing to Roku. Let's run that again. There we go. Commit -m -m push one. And then from here we push to our Heroku repository. So git push Heroku master. Heroku does not appear to be a Git repository. Huh. Is that so? My Heroku. Let's see something. I'm assuming that's a new repo we just created. All right, so let's go ahead and add our remote. Sorry about that. So the reason we're getting this error here is because once we run Heroku Create, we actually have to go ahead and add our remote. So to do that, we're going to go ahead and run the command, or this command here. Let's copy, add this in. Cool, now that our remote with Heroku is set, now, so let me type in get status. On branch, nothing to commit. Cool. And now that's pushing to Heroku for us. Cool, and now if we go over to our deployed website, it should work normally. Should work as intended. So we run Heroku open. Okay, so we got an error. Oh, I see. I think I know what our issue is. So essentially, the reason we're getting this application error, once we push to Heroku, this port that we specified here, I know we specified the port 3000 because we were running the app locally, but once you push to Heroku, that port might not be available. So we actually have to go ahead and set up this process .env.port and then or 3000 as so. Let's come here, do this. And now let's push to Heroku again. So we're gonna go through our flow, git add, git commit, push to, and then we're gonna push to Heroku master again. And now our app should work. Once it's done building and deploying it, once we open it up, it should work. But we'll see. All right, Heroku open. Awesome. This is homepage. Now if we go to our about, we get our Never object. Cool. So that's essentially how you go about deploying to Heroku, and also some common errors that people run into when running to Heroku. I mean, so those are really the two main ones. You want to make sure that you specify your port like this, the thing we have on line 3. So you want to make sure you set port equal to process.env.port. And so once you push to Heroku, that way Heroku can actually go ahead and supply a port to run your application on. Because this 3000 port isn't always going to be available. There's a bunch of people pushing apps to Heroku. So most likely once you push your app, this 3000 port isn't going to be available. So you need to make sure that you have this here. Second area that a lot of people kind of mess up with when they're pushing to Heroku is, so your start script, so you see how we have node server.js. The reason we're able to just run it like this is because we have our server.js in the root directory of our folder. So let's say we came here, made a new folder, call it whatever we want, and then we added the server.js file in the app folder. Now our application is not going to work anymore when we push to Heroku. So let's come here, do git add, git commit, push push 3, and let's push to Heroku again. And now our application is not going to work. Cool. Let's run Heroku open. And our application doesn't work. Let's come here, do Heroku logs tail, see what we got in terms of the error messages. Failed at the Heroku Express start script. Cool.